Today's best bet in all 10 NBA games coming your way right now. Off the jump, it's the best bet for today's show, our daily sizzler, and it's the Utah Jazz plus 7.5 at Miami. Now, Keontae George is out for the Jazz, but I don't mind Isaiah Collier starting running the point for the Jazz. This is important. Norman Powell is questionable for Miami. My guess is they're going to sit him. It's the second leg of a back-to-back in a non-conference game. The Jazz have covered the spread and this number of plus 7.5 in their last 4 games. And they're 8-2 against the number in their last 10 road games, 5-0 against the number of their last 5 road games. Utah's a team that has been constantly undervalued by the books when traveling this season. Miami Heat haven't covered big spreads well at home this year, just 31% at home against this number of minus 7.5. The Utah Jazz plus 7.5 are today's daily sizzler. If you're looking for my best premium play of the day, a play that goes out to only members, you can have that as well. It's called my $5 favorite, and the link for it is in the comments section. If you're looking for more than that, if you want to become a Jungle member and get my full betting card sent to your phone every single morning, including the $5 favorite every day, you can do that by going to silverbackjungle.com or texting free trial to the number on your screen. Good game here in Charlotte. We have the Pistons minus 2.5 at Charlotte. The over-under 222.5. Pretty clean injury report for both teams here. I like the Pistons minus the 2.5. We're getting recency bias with the line with the Hornets because they've won 9 straight games. The Pistons are easily the best team in the East. They're 5 games up on the Knicks and Celtics, who are tied for second place, and they're in good current form as well. The Hornets aren't the only team playing well. Pistons 7-3 their last 10 with a point differential of plus 10.9 per game, about the same as the Hornets. We have 2 hot teams, but one team is way better. Charlotte's hot, but despite winning 9 straight games, they're still below 500 and in 10th place in the East. All things regress to the mean, and that's going to come tonight for the Hornets against one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. Pistons minus 2.5 is the play, and I consider Cade Cunningham over 9.5 assists. Milwaukee plus 10.5 at Orlando, the over-under 218.5. Orlando has a negative point differential on the season despite a winning record. That tells us when they win, they're not winning by big margins. In fact, the Magic are just 16% this season against this number of minus 10.5. Over their last 7 games, they have a point differential of minus 2.7. The Bucks have won 3 straight games. They're healthy, and they're 70% on the season against this number of plus 10.5. I would take the points with Milwaukee and consider Kevin Porter of the Bucks over 6.5 assists. Chicago minus 3.5 at Brooklyn, over under 221.5. Michael Porter's out for Brooklyn, and that's a problem because despite the recent turnover with the roster in Chicago, it's a team that scores the way they play. They put up points. They put up 120 their last game against the Nuggets, one of the best defenses in the NBA. Brooklyn's the lowest scoring team in the association, and with Michael Porter Jr., without him, it's going to be tough. They average 107.3 points per game, and Porter accounts for just about 20% of that. I like the Bulls minus the number on the road, and I would consider Anthony Simons over 17.5 points. Atlanta plus 6.5 at Minnesota. The over-under is 238.5. Dyson Daniels questionable for the Hawks. A clean injury report for Minnesota. The Wolves lost an embarrassing game yesterday to the Clippers at home by 19 points. Minnesota 20-11 this season after a loss. Focus spot for them here at home against a Hawks team that's 1-4 against the spread their last 5 road games. I will lay the points with Minnesota and consider Anthony Edwards to go apeshit and take his over 28.5 points. Sacramento plus 7.5 at New Orleans, over under 230.5. The Kings are the worst team in the NBA. They have a point differential of minus 10 per game and are just 3-23 straight up on the road this season. They've covered this big number of plus 7.5 in just 38% of games. But the problem is the Pelicans. They've covered their end of minus 7.5 in today's game, just 15% of games, and also once since December 20th. Both these teams stink. The only way to play this game is to attack the worst unit on the court. That's the Kings defense. So we're going Pelicans team total over 119.5. And look at Trey Murphy of New Orleans over 22.5 points. Cleveland minus 1.5 at Denver. Over under 238.5. Jamal Murray's questionable, so make sure you check his status before you make this bet. If he plays, I like the Nuggets plus the 1.5 at home. This is Cleveland's 5th straight road game going into thin air, a perfect time to fade them because they've been so hot recently. The best point differential in the NBA Cleveland has over the last 7 games, but Denver's a better home team than Cleveland is a road team. With Murray and the Joker, I like Denver at home as a home underdog. And if he plays, I like Jamal Murray over 32.5 points plus assists. Philadelphia minus 3.5 on the road taking on the Blazers. Over under 229.5. Embiid listed as questionable, and I would bet he sits out. He played 3 of their 4 road games on this trip. It would be unusual for him to play 4 out of 5. Shaedon Sharpe out for Portland, but Denny Avdia should return. If that's the case, I would take the 3.5 with the Blazers. They've been a good good cover team at home this season. 60% against the number. This number of plus 3.5 at home, and they're 11-7 against the spread as home underdogs. I like Portland plus the 3.5, and I like Jeremy Grant over 19.5 points. Memphis plus 6.5 at Golden State, over under 230 or 223.5. I like the Warriors minus the points. Memphis is 43% against the spread on the road this season, and Golden State has a hard time covering at home without Steph Curry, but just against good teams. The only teams that haven't covered against at home without Steph are the Sixers and the Thunder twice, but they covered this number of 6.5, minus 6.5 against the Pacers and against the Pelicans. The Grizzlies fit the same profile as those teams. I would lay the points with Golden State, and I would consider Brandon Podziemski over 25.5 PRA. In the last game on the calendar, OKC minus 6.5 on the road, taking on the Lakers over under 233.5. The Thunder are a strong road team, but SGA is out, and the Thunder 1-2 against the spread on the road without him. 6.5 is a lot of points to give a home team, especially a decent one. The Lakers are 14-8 at home and 68% at home against this number of plus 6.5. They have a point differential of plus 2.3 per game at home as well. I would take the points with LA, and I would consider Austin Reeves over 4.5 assists. Have a great day, Jungle Nation. Let me know in the comment section where you agree, where you disagree. We'll have polite conversations in the comment section about that. And I'll see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.